happiness, embrace and joy. I know you and things, but she is just saying, you know, what you've come through, and you have done it remarkably. She said, you've done it remarkably, and she said, a lot of people in your situation would have, thank you. She said, a lot of people in your situation could have handled what you've been through in different ways. And they could have come out holding grudges. They could have come out blaming other people. And she said, and you've not. You've let that go. You've got your thoughts, but you've let it go. You're not holding a grudge. You're not nurturing a negative energy over it. And she said, oh, I'm just so pleased, so pleased. As she's talking here, she just held up, there's a little cross, crucifix, somewhere linked to this lady. It's a tiny one, but it's flat. It's not like that one, it's a flat one, but there's a little shiny crucifix that belonged to this lady as well. But she's saying, you've done so well, and I'm so proud. Margaret, yeah, sorry. She just called out the name of Margaret. Is that the right side? I want a Margaret on the other side of life as well. Coming in on your mother. Is this your mother? Your nan. She was instrumental in your upbringing. Yeah, because I know I've got this motherly energy here. But I want to place also a Margaret around her as well when she walked the earth. Huge amount of love and upliftment. She's acknowledging as well your dear lady there and said, do you know what, you're the best thing that happened to him. She said, you really were. How's that? Tell me. Shift me there. Shift me there. It's just referring back when this relationship was in its new stages. She said, not for me to interpret. She just said, glad you ignored what the other people were saying. And she said, and you got on with it. And she said, and I'm just so pleased. I am so pleased. And thank you. Debt of gratitude to you as well. Anything else? Thank you. I'll leave that there. Only do one message when I'm called in at last minute. All right, that was it.
Call it a day now.
Yeah.
Thanks for all coming.
Please come in. Right, I want to work with you, sir. Thank you. There's quite a lot of people around here. There's a gentleman now stepping into my awareness, and as he is coming in here, this is making my voice being projected. I know I'm upright with this gentleman. I know I've got a certain amount of impatience here as well with him. He would, you know, be like that with his watch. If you said you're going to be there at 10, you know, at 5 to 10, he would be going, come along, come along, come along. And there's, with this impatience as well, thank you, calm down. With this impatience as well with him, there was, through his life here on the earth plane, sometimes a little bit of an inability to deal with people. He would have to hand it over to his wife, certain situations, because he couldn't process it. He couldn't make it gel in his mind. So he said, I always handed it over to her because she could hear what they were saying. I couldn't understand what was going on. That is one character of him. Another character of him is also, I know I've got somebody who is infinitely dependable. This thing about the timekeeping and the agitation when things weren't going according to a plan betrays his own dedication to ensure that if he said, I will be there for you, he would be there. Hell or high water, he's saying, I would be there. And I've got a tattoo on the forearm as well, I've just seen very briefly with this gentleman. Can you take me to where you're going, please? I want to be around here. I'm in this area, round here, so if all of you could listen, please. It's where the energy is drawing me. So just to recap, the gentleman here, if things didn't go according to his plan, would get a little bit uptight, a little bit about things. He had trouble at times, especially of things of the emotion, anything emotional coming up, he balked at, didn't want to handle it, so he would defer that to the wife. But I know I've got this tattoo as well here. Show me that tattoo, please. This is quite a long one. I believe I have, show me. I've got an anchor tattoo here as well going on. Anybody? No, not straight away. I don't like doing this, fishing, but anybody at all understand this? If there is one part that is incorrect, please don't let that put you off of everything else.
Could be.
I'm with.
Could be.
Yeah, could be, could be. Could be? No? So could be's, right. Please define where I'm going, please, otherwise I'll look foolish. Thank you. You just said to me, smarten yourself up. I don't accept that. That's fine. Again, this is part of his character. He would say things, not meaning to ruffle feathers, but he would just say things quite directly. But I've also got a twinkle coming. Oh, not the cat. I've also got a twinkle coming into my eye here because I know there was a humour as well with this man. And because of his initial, your initial perception of him, when the humour came through, it would really throw you. You're like, are you joking? I don't quite know where I stand here. So I would take a little bit of time to actually get to know this guy. And he knew that. He's a monster. I nearly said bugger, but I can't say that on a Sunday. But he was. He was a so-and-so, because he played on this as well. He knew that. His presence would come into the room 3 minutes before he came in. Yeah. The door would open, you go, oh, everybody going, who's that, who's that? And then he would appear. And he knew that, and he knew how to use that as well. I believe he used this in a professional manner, so dealing with people in large groups as well. I know that I would have taken, I would have taken charge of them and been the leader. The voice, come on, follow me, you know. I love him. I love him, love him, love him. Thank you. Very strong with that. People respected him. People really respected him. And I'm seeing links here with charities as well. I'm seeing somewhere around this man, there, thank you, there was the creation of funding for charities, so either through events or a collection box and things like that. I know, because he put his heart into it, because he really believed in this. He just said, the world today, he said, it's all for some and none for all. And he said, and that's wrong. That's wrong. He's going like that. He said, that's wrong. He said, we all helped each other. Where we could, we would help each other because it's the right thing to do. Yeah. You're having a conference there. Are we on the same track? Brilliant. Yeah. It's the right thing to do. Apologies. No. It's the energy is on, definitely there. I do know things about you, but not everything. Nikki, I do feel your sister very much coming in on this gentleman's energy as well, because they are so alike on the energy. And I'm just trying to gently get them to stand aside because they're one and the same as they're coming in here. But as I link here with your sister's energy, I am so happy. I am so happy. I don't want to know about how you died. Okay. I always ask Spirit, I don't want to know how you died, I want to know how you live, but she wants to go into that area. She went, you can't. Careful, careful. Get me hung. You can't believe how glad I was when I opened my eyes and saw Dad there. She went, it was the happiest day of my life. And she said, and I find that really funny because I was dead. She's howling over that. She said, trust, you were holding a hand and you didn't think that she could register. I love you, sis. I love you, sis. It'll be all right. It will be. I heard you. This is her talking. I'm letting her talk through me. No swear words. Naughty. I love you. Everything will be all right, sis. She said, why did you go out feeling guilty because you let go a sigh of relief when I went? She said, I was relieved I went. She said, why did you feel guilty? She said, don't feel guilty. She said, there was nothing more anybody can do. And if anybody else poked, prodded or touched me, and she said, I would have knocked their lights out. She said, I had had enough. It was my time. I'm sensing tubing here to take care of. I hated that. I was not in the slightest bit happy with that. Thank you. Don't ever feel, God, she's so close. Don't ever feel guilty about that. She said, if I'd asked you to pull the plug on me, she said, I would have wanted you to do it. She said, that's how bad it was. She said, but I'm here now. She said, it's such fun. I've got dogs around me with her up there. I haven't got a dog, I've got dogs all over the shop here. She said, you know what, I did listen to you, and I went, She said, actually being here now, she said, you know, I've got a lot to learn, love. She said, you can't believe the things, you can't believe the things. Who's got the caravan? Just dragged the caravan out, yeah, and she's just bringing just those little bits of memories back, and humour and love, and the embracing is going on for all of you there. Healing is going on for you, my darling. A lot of healing coming through on this link for yourself. And I want to be down here around the lower back and kidney area as well, all right? She's bringing that in abundance for you. So I've got to stop talking now because he wants another word. He wants another word. He's just brought in a birthday cake. It was somebody's birthday, and Dad brought in yours. He's just brought in the birthday cake for you.
Mine and my sister's.
Brilliant. Well, he's gone, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy. His eyes are live. I wish you could see. The trouble is up here, we don't hear words, we get the sensation, and it's just the love, is the humour is great. Absolutely off the wall, and certainly not for a church service, but absolutely beautiful. But the love is there. Happy birthday, Treacle. Happy birthday. And he's getting a little bit emotional there. He went, we're all right. We're all right. We're all right. Don't worry. Thank you. Next one, please. Not sure where my awareness is going just at the moment. I do sense a presence around me. They are slow to build up here at the moment. I do feel more drawn now to a feminine energy coming into my awareness here. I've got a lady here who is a quiet lady. When she walked the earth here, she would not be one, she wouldn't be as gregarious as some of us are. She would be a very quiet lady, always in the background a bit. Very much a bit of a bookworm as well. I've got a very studious energy from this lady of reading books. And indeed, I feel a link with a library with this lady as well, because I see many, many books, but organised and categorised. So, I'm about yay height to me here. Thinnish build. Very nicely dressed, very nice, not flamboyant, very sort of like functional clothes. And everything would be just so in my dress. I know you're funny. I know I would have worn court shoes, and I'm laughing about that because this is a discussion I had with Spirit the other day, and I will tell you about that after the message. And she's laughing. She said, I knew you'd like that. So I know as well with this lady I've got a very nice humour. But I've just got this, the overwhelming energy is this, the quietness. She wouldn't get wrapped up in people's dramas and things, and she could give some very, very sage advice when called upon. She wouldn't interject it herself, but when called upon. Where are you going? Take me to me. Ladies, there, can you understand this lady, please?
Yeah, not everything resonated.
That's okay.
The build, but everything else.
Everything else. Lovely, 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 lovely. I should go back and ask where I got that wrong. But I know with this lady, I would want this lady on my side. I would want this lady to talk to. I would want this lady to bounce thoughts off, because she had a very nice impartial view. And as I said, she never came back at things in anger or the negative emotion. She thought things through, and she could give very, very good advice here. Just as I'm talking to her here, she's bringing in memories here. Tulips growing in buckets. There's a link there with her, and I've got like little buckets around. And I know they're buckets, they're not pots, they're buckets, because they've got the handle on them. Hold on to that, please. Where were these? Where were these? She said they were outside of my house. Where I lived, she's saying, I had a front garden. I didn't have a yard. You're looking quizzical, is that correct or not? Go back in this lady's timeline, because I'm seeing her at a much younger age. But I know that I've got a front garden here. Not massive, short path, front door. Not to your knowledge. I shouldn't understand that.
It might be a relative.
Got links here to like Owermoyne, which is over in Dorset Way, other side of Dorchester. I want links to there. No?
No.
Okay, bear with me. Can anybody else understand or pick up on this energy? No? Give me one thing she'll understand. Max. I want to be talking about Max. No?
My knowledge.
Not of your knowledge. I'm not saying link it with her, I've just asked for one thing to make sure I'm with you. So just Max in the draw. Would you understand the name of Max? You're looking no. Okay. Right, I'll ask this lady to step back. Apologies, but thank you for speaking up. Thank you, my darling. You need to step back. I know, not my job. Thank you. Okay. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Thingy, sat next to what's it?
Gucci McFlips, Sarah Jane.
Not the birthday girl, the one next to you. Nicola, thank you, Nicola. When you work in this way, your logical mind shuts down, and you're a bloke, that can be fatal, you know? Nicola, I am aware of you and your energy and the work that you do on your healing path here, but I do not know that much about you and your circumstances. I do feel a lady drawing in here on a grandmother link, and I know I have full knowledge of this lady. I experience this lady in my life here on earth as she has experienced you. I know the bond there was very strong. I know that time with this lady was special time, because this lady told you truths and things that you didn't hear at home.
Yes.
Yeah? And I know this lady's got a bit of a cheek about her. There's a gentle, impish humour as she's drawing closer to me here. And I know she sees that reflected in you as well. And she's, you know what, this used to get me into so much trouble. she said, I'll just say something and think, maybe not, maybe not. But I know I've got a heart of gold with this lady. I know also that this lady was instrumental in getting you on your healing journey because she opened up your awareness to other things.
Yes, yeah, yes.
She set the wheels in motion. I'm not saying she said to you, you got to learn Reiki, but she opened that door and that awareness within you to follow your own path. And she said, and it's working beautifully. She's absolutely loving it. She's beautifully loving it. Time wasn't at all kind to this lady, she's telling me. She said, mentally I was still there, but she said everything else, she said it was like being in a crumbling ruin. She said, all these things just slowed down. She said, she said, but the days when you visited lit up her life. Lit up. She was in great anticipation of you coming, loving the time with you, and fondest memories after you'd left. And she said, I love that. She's given you back a rose that you put forward at the funeral.
Possibly, I can't, to be honest, I can't remember. But
There's
most
a
likely.
white rose. Is this out of the wreath? This would have been in a decoration. This is not a long stem, so this has come out of a decoration that represented you from the funeral. She said, oh, didn't you get upset? She said, didn't you get... I want to pull hankies out of my sleeve here, a bit like I've got a magician granny, you know. Oh, there's a hanky. Da-da-da, there's a bar of chocolate. She said, I just wanted to give you a hanky. She said, but wasn't it beautiful? Wasn't it a lovely... Really? Wasn't it a lovely service? She said, I was so touched. I was so touched watching them all, everybody there. Let's get a bit serious now.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Shall we? No, can't see. Talking about managing energies and budgeting energies, and I'm not talking about what comes out of the 3-pin socket, I'm talking about your own energies here. And she says, yes, it's wonderful to be able to give the way you do. She said, but you've just gone through big changes in your life. It's like I'm turning the wheel upside down here. And she said, let that settle first. Let that settle. I just want to bring in a little bit more focus on my foundations she's talking about. Just bring that and allow that time. You don't have to be running here, there and everywhere, she's saying. She said, get your foundations set. And she said, and the sky is the limit. She said, but if you don't do it now, you will have to return to it later to do it. So she said, do it now. Get those foundations in. If people say, what's the matter with you? Have you gone quiet? You're withdrawing? None of their business. I like her. None of their business, she says. She said, you get your footing right, and she said, and everything else will be sound. You working with tuning forks?
No, but singing bowls.
Right. Keep an eye on for tuning forks, because I just got that from your energy then, because there's one there, the balance one as well, and the bigger one with the deeper energy.
Okay, will do.
And that's for you.
Okay.
Thank you. Huge amount of love. Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Lawrence.
All right. Wonderful. You've done so.
Thank you, Lawrence. I've got a few notices to read out. Next Wednesday is our healing hour here at the church. So it's just a healing service. On Thursday the 21st, Brian Walker, one act left. One appointment left, sorry. Abbreviations on this paperwork is wonderful.
No, I can read it, but I'm reading
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
well, you-
reading
you
it,
wrote
so,
it, that's
yeah, I know.
So there's one appointment left at 3 o'clock if anybody would like some healing from Brian. Incredible guy. 24th of Sunday the 24th, 11 a.m.
11, yeah, not
Yeah,
1
thank you.
a.m.
Divine service with Minister Kim Moore Cullen. Friday the 29th, 11 a.m, the bereavement group. Friday the 5th, evening dem with Bill Rich. Saturday the 6th, private sittings with Bill. And I presume there will be places for people to book for that.
Yeah.
Sunday the 7th, Mark Stone back with his Lyceum service. Sunday the 21st, this is a spiritualism rally, an all-day 5-speaker, 5 subjects, questions and answers, tickets by donation. This is going to be a wonderful day, and there's quite a lot of the church members are going to be involved in that as well, so do try and come along for that. It should be a great day. And on Saturday the 27th, a workshop with Craig Morris, all levels welcome. Online meditations, Monday the 7th and Saturday at 9 a.m. Saturday night Lyceum, night 7 p.m, speakers such as Minister Kim, Simone Keys and Bill Rich. I'd like to thank all the healers who helped again this morning, along with myself. I'd like to thank all those at home who've persevered with the service this morning, and thank you to everyone else who's made it here on such a lovely hot day, and hence my attire. So I do apologise. I will be dressed better next time. And I'd like to ask Lawrence now to close the proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian. So once more, dear friends, link in with that energy, your own energy, your thoughts, your desires. And give thanks for everything that we have. Maintain that air of humbleness and gratitude. For no matter how bad we think things are, we do not know how bad things could be. So be grateful for this time, this place, this life, and celebrate that unity and unison that resounds and reverberates through all of creation. Amen. Ian, thank you so much for being here and kicking the cat off the platform, you swine.
I didn't kick the
Thank you for doing that. Off camera, we've got my 2 favourite girls from Italy, yay! Who have been scribbling away, and you've got prezzies, yay! Come on. Hey! There you go, you can swap them. Thank you all for coming, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you soon.